All right, hello everyone. Welcome back. We're getting set up for the second match of this doubleheader. First match was worth watching. It was worth sticking around for. 3-game series, but I gotta say, after they kicked off some rust, Parsley kicked some ass. You gotta kick the rust before you kick the ass. Just everyone knows that, right? You kick rust, then you kick ass. You can't go ass rust. No one wants ass rust. But rust ass, totally fine. But with that, we're getting set up here for this set between everyone's favorite meme team, Randy Newman, and Cosmos. Now, heading into the series, everyone's got to think Cosmos is the favorite. I think Cosmos is the favorite. But Randy Newman has actually been doing fairly well. They've done well in Heroes Lounge. They're doing extremely well in their division right now. They got to the finals of their division before losing last season, their coastal finals, I should say. And so I think, this is a team that could, I think, have still a pretty good season here in C West. I think C West is kind of a bit light, but we're going to see what happens as we head now into the draft between Randy Newman and Cosmos here. Excited for this set. So, heading in, Volskaya going to be map 1, taking a look at those map bans. We do see that Braxis, Cursed, BOE, so all the B maps are gone, and Dragonshire out. So, a lot of the macro-heavy maps, in terms of Cursed and Dragonshire, the big wide-open maps are gone, leaving us with kind of some more brawly maps, the one exception being Sky Temple. Sky Temple's kind of the only wide-open super macro map. Towers can be a bit macro-y as well, but right out of the gate, we're seeing an Alarak ban in draft, and Alarak has apparently been the hero that nobody wants to play against, and, you can understand why. I mean, Alarak was fairly successful last season. Not a high popularity rate, 20%, still a niche hero, but 57% win rate. I mean, the team that plays him generally has someone who plays him very well, and that 57% win rate's not bad. It's going to be Kael'thas banned out on the other side. It is, remember, we're still in Division C, but Randy Newman here on the left, and I am not looking forward to introducing this team. I'm not going to lie. This is going to suck for me, and I'll just kind of leave it at that. I don't even know which Randy Newman I'm missing. That's the problem. Here we got... Oh, I'm missing Randy Newman. It'll make sense when you see it. On the other side, though, we see some names that we've seen before in NGS. Ede, Cirrus. Excited to see what these teams have. Teams doing their homework. Deathwing going to be banned out here, as I'm trying to get kind of everything squared away on my end. It's taken me a little bit, but we are getting there. I swear. Where's these? And, okay. Alright. So, Joanna banned out as well. That does leave up some powerful picks like Zul. Zul still very available. Nothing wrong with Div C, it's just C West in particular is not as deep as it was last season, I think. I think it's much more striated, whereas last season it was, I would say, a lot more chaotic. I don't think we're going to see that same level of chaos. I think some favorites are going to emerge in C West right out of the gate. But the Stukov was actually the first pick by Ede, or not Ede, excuse me, Cause Oddity. Ede is not healing. Actually going to be Oddity healing. If I remember, Ede used to be a healer, or was it Piecemeal? I can't remember. But Zul and Sylvanas, so a ton of pressure. And once you look at the team names, you'll realize, oh my gosh, this is interesting. Nandy Ruman, Randall Newman, Randy Newman, Randy Newman, and Randy Newdman. So that's gonna get annoying pretty fast. But Sylvanas gonna get grabbed here. But there's the Garrosh. Garrosh, Stukov, Tassadar. It's our first Tassadar of the season. Leo gonna get banned out. That Entomb Black Hole combo is quite nasty. But that said, you know, outside of the tasks, I need to still see a little bit more. Well, I guess on this map you can get away with less wave clear. We have the Cho ban. I don't know if I was really expecting that, but maybe it's something they scouted that Randy Newman's done. Actually, take that back. Randy Newman has run Cho Gaul. Quite a fair amount, actually. So, yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. It's going to be Chromie and Anduin. So Anduin, always a good choice into the Garrosh. Pull the person out as he's flipped, or you can light bomb them, set up and engage. Then the Chromie, generally good on this map, can just sit back and poke, although Garrosh is going to be fine to take that damage. His armor is going to kind of limit how much that damage is effective. Chromie's really more a sustained damage dealer now than a burst, like she used to be. She can burst, but it's just... You have to stand so far back, it's fairly chaotic. We are going to get a Raynor and a Sonya. I gotta be honest, and this is just a me problem. This is a dumb bald guy in his 30s problem. Wow, I was about to say I don't like Sonya, but there's a hero I like even less, so... Guess the joke's on me. Gonna be a Stitches. Okay, so I like the Zul and the Sylvanas. I like the Anduin. I'm kind of on the Chromie, and Stitches. I like if I were in Storm League and someone picked Stitches like that, I would want to probably Alt F4. But we'll see if it works. I'm just really worried because they don't really have anything to deal with the Sonya. I guess that's my immediate problem. Is that I look at this and I say, okay, the Sonya can break out of Zul Root with level 4. Stitches has basically no CC. Anduin has a root which Sonya can break out of, again with level 4. No stuns. I guess Gorge? We'll see. We're going to get set up, though, for game number 1 in this series. As I jump into the game. And here we go. On the left side, it's going to be Randy Newman on Stitches, Randall Newman on Sylvanas, Randy Newman on Chromie, Randy Newman on Anduin, and Nandy Ruman on Zul. And what's their team name again? I can't remember. It's Randy Newman. On the right side, Cosmos. It's going to be Cos Oddity on the Stukov, Silver Jackal on the Tassadar, E-Day going to be on the Raynor, Nay is going to be on the Greymane, and down here, Cirrus on the flank with the Sonya. Jumping right into this game, let's take a look at those level 1 talents. Stitches going with the Gorge. Gonna try to go for the passive regen rather than the Globe Soaking, but if anything, this is kind of a map where I would actually think about the Globe Soaking. I mean, Braxis would be number 1, if provided that you're willing to commit to it, but this is a map where you can easily double soak with a 4-man and get quite a lot of globes. You know, there's the camp timings are fairly short, so you can get a lot of globes off camp. Stitches, meanwhile, getting thrown into the back, doesn't really have mobility. And you can see the slows from the tasks that are stacking well with that Stukov root. Stukov going with the damage on his E. So that's kind of a finishing talent. The goal is to get someone low, drop the E under them, CC them into that E, and get the finish. And Stukov admittedly has a lot of CC to pair that with. Not really a lot. Actually, he just kind of has Garrosh. I'm a bit worried about that. But we'll see. Turret getting picked up. 3 people committed to the turret outside of Randy Newman. However, on Cosmos, they only commit 2, so they're getting a little bit of a soak advantage here. It's trickled up to about 1/3 of a level. Now looking potentially to do the healer camp. Stitches is going to step up. Garrosh can throw someone away as needed. They are going to potentially save that. They're actually Nay taking a lot of damage. Looks like they want to disengage this. Stitches still up, though, with the silence coming in. Nay stepping right back up. Chromie, though, now here, going to be able to poke in. Ide on the point, maybe bit off more than he could chew. Nay has to step up to help get him out, but this camp is still active. Nay is extremely low. There's the silence from Stukov, but this camp has not been leashed yet. And so this might be Randy Newman stealing the objective. Nay cannot step up, and the Root's going to zone him out even more. And so Randy Newman, just with the raw power of Stitch's fat-ass HP bar, is going to be able to take this objective. Yeah, Stitches, great hero, right? I mean, who doesn't love Stitches? Fantastic hero. Kappa. Kappa, indeed. Kappas were had. First objective up, 5 seconds to unlock. Stitches gonna sit on that point, get the initial bit. Sonya gonna get rooted here. Sonya did take the Whirlwind talent, and with the reduced cooldown. The key, though, is you have to pop it after you are rooted, not before. And with Zool, that's going to be a bit of an issue. There's a root on the Nay. He does have the self-unstoppable, so he's going to get away. But he is very low, and Randall Newman goes in for the finish. May pay the iron price for it. There's the healing zone drop. Make sure Randall has enough time to get pulled out by the Anduin. Great pull there by Randy Newman. I'm going to try to put emphasis on different syllables for each person to help distinguish them. Stitches getting thrown into the back. Randy Newman could go down here. Sonya all over it. Stitches with the self-sustain, but it's not going to be enough. Here comes the root, though, onto the Sonya. Sonya, though, has the Whirlwind, breaks right out. No finish potential there. Although it takes a bit of damage from the Skeletal Warriors. Still a 4v5, though, and Randy Nudeman is going to go down. Nay, though, will also be traded out. Nay will drop 2 the damage from that Zool. Going the Skeletal Warriors build here. Meanwhile, though, this Reaper camp pushing top lane. Both teams missing a lot of soak up here, but that's because they were committed to the objective to win the fight. And certainly, if you're on the side of Cosmos, you had to do that with Randy Newman sitting at 90%. But now Zool's going to be able to rotate up and clear that out. Turret camp going to get picked up by Randy Newman. Now they can push back onto the point. They only need to control it for an instant. So this is going to come down to the wire here, this fight. Currently 55% and counting, but certainly Stitches can get onto the point and buy time for Zool to rotate down. Looks like Zool is mounting up and doing just that. But Garrosh loved this positioning, saying, look, you have to come to me. And this is where Garrosh is the most strong, when he knows the enemy team has to come to them. He's very good at point defense. People think of him as an aggressive tank, but he is a fantastic defensive tank. And here we go, mutual overtime. Both teams at 99%. There goes Randall Newman taking a ton of damage from that Stukov. Silence comes in, secures the finish onto Stitches, and this will be Cosmos almost certainly winning the first objective. Silver Jackal is low, though, but there's the flip potential onto Zool. Oh, what a great pull there by Randy Newman. I think I had Cosmos at my number 1 as well, if I remember correctly. I believe I had Cosmos at my number 1 as well, Mongoose. You'll have to check, because I admittedly don't remember my own power ranking super well. I had Randy Newman, I think, at 3 or 4. Sonya going with that Whirlwind build, and I think it's a fantastic choice. I mean, one, because the only CC they have is Root, so you can disengage that. But the other side of it is, I mean, they have no interrupts. This is my problem with Randy Newman's comp, and we've seen it already play out. They don't have anything to interrupt. And that's always dangerous into Sonya and Stukov, but that's a Nay. Ooh, if Sylvanas had the E, she could have chased there and definitely have gotten that kill, with Stukov in the turret not healing at the moment. This turret did get front wall top and the fountain. That's big. Got a tower mid as well. Level 10s are here. Rainer's Raiders, Black Hole, Warlord's Challenge, Sonya going to Wrath of the Berserker, and Stukov. In my mind here, you want Flailing Swipe, because you have 2 melee that you're going against, and that is the choice. With the root from Zool, you really just want to disengage the entire enemy team. rather than just remove a hyper carry. There comes the black hole. Tons of CC onto Randy Newman. That's going to help secure the kill. Nate tries to go for the Warlord's Challenge, just slightly outranged there by a quick little juke by Nandy Ruman. Nandy Ruman avoiding that, going to be able to survive. But that is the 4th kill now for Cosmos, and they are off and running in this game and looking strong. On the other side, while we didn't get a chance to see it because he died, we are going to see the Stitches. That's going to be interesting. Looking at the other level 10s, we did get the Light Bomb. We did get the Skeletal Mages, as turrets are being picked up here by both teams. We did get the Rewind, as opposed to the Slowing Sands. Normally, you see Slowing Sands on this map, especially on this top objective. It can make approaching through here impossible. But we are going to see the Slowing Sands, and then finally from Sylvanas, of course, Wailing Arrow, because Mind Control lull. Here we go now, getting it set up. Sonya's still pushing the top lane. Silver Jackal going to come help. Looks like Randy Newman wants some kind of fight here in the mid. Is Twitch borderline unwatchable for anyone else? So I did certainly have problems. I haven't dropped any frames tonight, but I've had problems with their server. So I actually had to change the server that I was casting to, because the normal server in New York seemed to be poo-poo. So right now I'm actually using the Ashland, Virginia server, and that seemed to work quite well. I was having, Caster missing a kill there. Zul going down. That's another death for Randy Newman. This should enable level 13 to potentially quickly be picked up here on the side of Cosmos, and that will help get them quite a nice lead. Oh, there's the Gorge, though. Perhaps a bit too aggressive. He blows the Unstoppable, but that's not going to help. Rewind was used there, and I don't know why. That was... I get, like, you want a wombo combo, like you gorge someone, you pull them back, and then you have the rewind if they escape, but... like, Garrosh was not getting out of that. That's an opportunity cost, I think, especially with the objective coming up here.
Power routed to the terminal. Control it, and you can pilot the protection.
Yeah, I haven't dropped any streams, but when I've been trying to watch streams, it's been bad for me. When I was teaching earlier today, I dropped a ton. Ooh, there's a root on the Rainer. Can they get the kill? E-Day is going to survive with just a tiny little minuscule amount of HP, and I'm sure that E-Day is like, hey, Kaz Oddity, I see you. We're not seeing the Stukov root combo. Bit of a surprise. Going instead into the Lingering Spines for the additional drop time. Now that actually does synchronize well with the E talent at 7, but and I guess maybe he's just not confident in his ability to land roots. Zul getting flipped away. There's the Warlord's Challenge, but Nay is actually going to take a ton of damage. Still, the Black Hole secures the kill. Yeah, Garrosh did go down. Stitches is still up. There's Sonya, has the healing totem, but right now Randy Newman in control of this point. Oh, there's the rewind, perhaps too aggressive a play. There's the hook. Sonya getting the healing totem, though. She's going to whirlwind. No, there's the Gorge to stop the whirlwind. Trying to wait for the healing totem to drop. Sonya whirlwinding away. She is low, but no, they can't get the finish on the side of Randy Newman. Ide, meanwhile, on the flank. Very aggressive Rainer. If there's a hook up, he could go down. Silver Jackal tries to go for the kill under the Chromie and does find it. Sonya now diving in. Randy Newman is going to drop, and Randall Newman has to double Eon out of there. And that was a great turnaround, 4v5 without the Garrosh getting the double kill there and winning the objective for Cosmos. And once again, you see 99%, but when it absolutely matters, Cosmos just showing that right now at team fights, they're the better team. And Randy Newman does have a chance to turn it around, but they're a very pick-centric comp, and if they can't win fights 5v4, then their comp is not going to help them, because that's the way their comp is set up, to make it a 5v4 with a Stitches hook into a Gorge, and then to push from there. It's just a little bit of a milk carton strategy. But you got a really hard win the 5v4s. Meanwhile, Zul and Sonya in the bot lane. So this will be a 4v4 up in the top. Stitches now stepping up. Tassadar buying some time with the wall. There's a hook onto the Garrosh. Don't know if that's how you want to play this. Randy Newman uses the light bomb on himself. does go down, but traded a healer. No one on the point for Randy Newman. Stitches has to jump on with just no HP. Tries to gorge Oddity, but was just too low. Now there's the Skeletal Mages trying to come in. Oddity is very low. There's the root. Drops the silence. No, he doesn't get it off in time, and down he goes. Silver Jackal throwing out the Q, trying to get some damage. There's the Wailing Arrow onto the Sonya to interrupt the Whirlwind, but the Whirlwind is back. Here it comes the Root. Root going down, taking a ton of damage is the Sonya, but Sylvanas gets picked off there, as does the Zul by the Sonya. Should have taken Shove with Gorge. If you're trying to meme your team, that is a fun way to do it. I have done it before. I have done it both unintentionally and intentionally. And both times it was hilarious. Meanwhile, though, not really doing anything with top lane, but these minions should finish it potentially all the same. Looking to do some damage to this mid, now rotating down. 57 seconds, so plenty of time. Could really get both of these forts. Going for the healing well first. Cannon is down. Rainer's starting to push up. Doesn't have the Hyperion, but doesn't really need it with the Shriglov Protector. Garrosh going to the back, tries to find the Chromie. A little bit of a miss throw there. May, though, doing a good job escaping. That shield on his Q helping significantly so. Not seeing people take the stun talent, the AoE stun talent on the Garrosh lately. Ooh, Sylvanas getting stunned. There's the silence coming out, but not really going to be able to do anything with it. This Triglon Protector down to 7 seconds. 5 and counting. Stitches wanting the engage here. Gonna try to look, I imagine, for the hook. There's the fishing hook. Finds Task. Oh, but the silence comes out. He's not able to quite get the gorge off. Good silence there by Stukov, but maybe just a missed button press, as I think he had time to gorge the Tassadar there. Turret camp, though, going to get picked up. Both teams trading out their turrets. Cosmos right now leading this game, but, you know, Randy Newman not out of it. This is a map where, you know, a few teamfight kills could be huge. That said, Randy Newman got to start hitting these hooks. That was a blind hook, an attempt to find someone cheeky. Going to rely on the fishing hook there. But they really need to get a pick and do something with it. Right now, healing can't being taken, and it doesn't look like Randy Newman is aware of it. And if they are aware of it, they're not really doing anything with it. No, hook comes in, but doesn't manage to collect anyone. And that is a healing totem once again picked up by Cosmos, who is just off to a fantastic start in this game. Rotating back, looking at their siege camp now. Sonya, gonna rotate to her siege camp. Let's see what the rest of Cosmos wants to do. Zul in the bot lane. Continuing to push. Anduin trying to clear up this camp mid. A lot of damage going to go on to the core here. Just trying to find the picks, but hooks really just aren't landing. And, you know, they're losing time for their opportunity for pickoffs. I mean, level 20 is going to be here soon. And with the controlled chaos, it's going to be really hard to make something happen against the Stukov. Which is what I expect Stukov to pick, is controlled chaos at 20. Stitches, though, they're kind of all-inning off this hook, and this is where Stitches is problematic, because if you're not able to get that hook and turn it into a pick, you're not really going to likely be able to win the game. I mean, unless you go Putrid Bile and you play a point control, which I think Putrid Bile would have been a good play here, but we're not seeing that. Hook comes in. He had vision of that. I think that was an optimistic hook at best. You don't want to fall into the habit of just mashing that hook on cooldown. Nambi Ruma gets thrown into the back. He drops the Skeletal Mages and then runs into Stukov silence. I guess he's saying, you know what, guys? That's a good combo. I sacrificed myself in honor of just how great that combo was. There's the Gorge onto Garrosh. The Task Wall, though, actually doing quite a good bit of work. May actually... Oh, that was such a good play there by Raynor. But still things fell apart. Raynor actually stepped up and attacked the tower so Garrosh wouldn't get shot by it, or he attacked the hero to draw aggro so Garrosh wouldn't get shot by it. But Stukov did somehow die in there. I kind of missed that, and Garrosh still unable to get out. That's the pick they needed. Then perfect timing for it, too, as they were down level 20s. So this is the opportunity for Randy Newman to get back into this game. But that said, I mean, they are really down in the macro at this point. No Stitches Gorge. There's a hook onto Sonya, but this is a 3v3 at the moment. Zool not nearby. He's back in base. Chromie just now joining, but still, you see the disengage by Cosmos just not, I think, not aware that Zool had backed and thinking it was a 4v3. The task walls have been pretty good. I agree, Butte Holiday. With that, though, just again, kind of not really, I think, doing enough with their advantages right now. They could have, I think, pushed up and taken this fort. And if they get this fort down, you know, then they can end game with Punisher. I mean, even with the changes, you know, the core mechanics don't hurt the Punisher at all here. Punisher doesn't get pushed back, so... There's a hook, looking for it! No! Somehow misses E-Day. Stitch is going to look for another hook Gorge, but he's not really in a position to make something happen with the Gorge. Because the reality is, if he does Gorge a target, you're just going to see a hard engage by Cosmos. Like you're seeing now, 99%. There's the Light Bomb! Oh no, Garrosh threw the Light Bomb back into his own team. There was no follow-up engage, and he's going to go down. Now there's the Gorge onto Raynor. Sonya, though, very low, trying to get the Whirlwind. Doesn't get the sustain. Stukov tries to go in with the treadmill swipe, but that is a huge set of misplays, followed by really good execution on the side of Randy Newman. Just, you know, great Light Bomb there by, which one is it? Shit, I forgot. Which one is Anduin? Oh god, is it Randy Newman? Yeah, Randy Newman. Look guys, I'm trying. Randy Newman with the fantastic Light Bomb, and then the great damage onto the Garrosh, nuking him down. Sylvanas doing good work there, Randall Newman, and this is game. I mean, this is game. The game is over. There it is. That's all you need. They win. They are losing the entire game. They're getting some picks here and there, but they're losing the entire game. One team fight. That's all it takes on this map. And you see that right there. And Randy Newman pull an upset in game one. Hell yes. Let's go. Who doesn't love upsets? I mean, admittedly, fans of the favorite probably don't like upsets. That was a stupid question. But Randy Newman gonna go up 1-0 in this series. Really good job there. And you take a look at the numbers. I mean, Kaz Oddity did a lot of healing. But Anduin had those clutch saves, that huge Light Bomb at the end, and then Chromie and Sylvanas just doing a lot more damage. And ultimately that damage pays off in a big way. So, you know, Randy Newman, they struggled much of that. I don't like that their comp won, but Randy Newman, good job by them. So here we go. So we're going to get set up here for game number 2. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Welcome back, everyone, to the Nexus Gaming Series. DB Smiley here. Don't worry, it's not a black screen forever. Or maybe you don't like the look of me. Maybe you'd rather go back to the black screen. Totally fine. I'm not good looking. And looks like we're actually jumping right into the draft. And it is going to be Infernal Shrines, map choice by Randy Newman. Cosmos, after the loss, decided to stick with first pick. So you can see, Randy Newman want to go with another brawly, team fight oriented map. It tends to be a long game, although frankly they all tend to be long games right now. But here we go, jumping into the draft. Randy Newman up 1-0 in the series, looking to close it out. Would be a massive upset if they got the domination here. I mean, I don't think anyone would have predicted this. But you know, there you go. Black screener Smiley in chat. I actually just mistimed. I'll need to fix a timer I have. I set up a timer to automatically switch the scene after that bumper, but it's half a second too late. No, my bad. Anyway, as I take a sip of some very, very delicious beer. Oh, very, very delicious beer. You see that moving in, Kelthos Alarak. Banned out once again. Oops, I have the wrong screen up. I am bad at casting, let's just be honest. Kappa. Being head caster doesn't mean I'm good, it just means I do paperwork. Abathur gonna get banned out. Perhaps something scouted that Randy Newman likes to do on this map. Stitches certainly is gonna lose value on this map as far as hooks go. But Putrid Bile can be exceptional on this map. That said, I don't think we'll see it again. We may get a chokehold. We have 2 votes for your face over the black screen. Well, alright, democracy wins. I mean, you know, Trump won an election, so I guess sometimes people vote for bad things. Probably shouldn't say that while casting, but I really mean that. Stukov once again. Kyle's Oddity really putting priority on that. I love me some Stukov. Stukov's my baby. He's my boy. Bro forever. But I'm still in. I'm still in coin flip. No, I'm not. But
Death is beyond your reach.
I just don't think he's first pick in this meta. I think cleanse is too important in this meta. That there's too many comps that can punish a lack of cleanse. Zool punishes a lack of cleanse. The Malthael though does Stukov does well into Malthael. Deals with the sustained damage well. Deals with the burst heal. Wave clear, of course, is an issue though, because now you're down really 2 of the best wave clear heroes in the game. But you pick up some wave clear with the Jaina. You get Nay onto Diablo, who's just exceptional on this map. You have a really good burst combo potentially. Diablo charge flip into Stukov root. Comms have to be there for it to work, but if they've practiced it, should be doable. You don't even necessarily need to root. You can go E-build with the lingering spines and just have a fetid or have a weighted pustule combo. Jaina just annihilating whoever's inside. Add really any auto attacker. Yeah, that's the thing. I love Stukov. I think in higher meta Stukov is almost unplayable right now unless you are a comp that single-handedly focuses on securing kills very, very quickly. If you do that, Stukov can be good. But the problem is his lack of cleanse and his slow burst heal make him a liability in what I think is a very burst-centric meta right now. This is a really bursty meta, and that doesn't really favor Stukov. Alright, so we saw bans onto Sonya, not wanting to deal with that again, which makes sense. The Sonya, they didn't have interrupts for it last time, and it did wreak a lot of havoc. Malgan is going to get banned out, a good ban into the Stukov. We have an Anna Kira, so... I mean, Kira functions mostly like a melee DPS. You have Zul and you have Malthael. That's a lot of melee. I think this situation, you could potentially do a lot of damage with a Rainer. Or a Phoenix.
Our time has come.
I don't like the Artanis pick into the Malthael. I'm a bit worried about that. And yeah, Greymane could get onto Anna, but I don't like the draft out of Cosmos here. I think it's like they picked a comp and then they just picked it, and then they didn't worry about what the enemy picks. You now have Artanis and Greymane who struggle against the Garrosh, which is a great frontline choice. Yes, you have a lot of single target burst, but against a Garrosh and against hypermobile Malthael and Kira, Malthael has a self-unstoppable. Kira has effectively a self-invulnerable. If you hard dive Zul, he can just curse strike you. I think Randy Newman won draft, which based on last game means that Cosmos is going to win this game late. Because based on the last game, winning draft doesn't really mean a whole heck of a lot. Are the teams drunk? I'm trying to be. My problem with being overweight takes me too long. One of the many problems with being overweight, not gonna lie. But we are gonna get set up for the game here. As we go to introduce the teams. No fancy pop-ups for you this time. Sorry about that. But on the left side, it's going to be Randy Newman is going to be on the Kira. Randy Newman is going to be on the Anna. Randy Newman on the Garrosh. Randall Newman on Malthael. And Mandy Ruman on the Zul. And on the right side, it's going to be Ide playing the Greymane. Nay is going to be on the Diablo. Silver Jackal on the Jaina. Kaz Oddity once again on the Stukov. And up in the top, it is going to be Ciaris. Yeah, Choo Choo Train. Choo Choo Train is not banned anymore. Poggers in chat, everyone. Poggers in chat. Choo Choo Train. Best mount in the game. There's a team this season called Choo Choo Boys. I hope they all ride the Choo Choo mount. If they don't, I'm going to sue them for false advertising. Both teams cleared lane. A little bit of a clear edge. You didn't really see much pressure onto Randy Newman. Pardon me. We are seeing the on a pale horse from the Malthael. That's going to allow him to kind of rotate in faster, and Nay, very separate out there. Takes a ton of damage, but Randy Newman also getting kind of poked there by the Greymane wielding Ide. Up here in the top, though, I fully expect Randall Newman to win this, even at level 1. And at level 4, Ciaris is just going to have to soak under towers. That's all he's going to be able to do. This is a difficult matchup, to say the least. Kira going to go ahead and clear up the siege camp. Greymane doing the same. Both teams getting their mid camp into lane at the same time. This tends to lead to some kind of skirmish for bot lane, trying to get control. Jaina, though, away in the mid. Kira going to pressure up, but going to not really be able to do much there. Can't really take the aggressive rotation and go behind because of these beefy towers. And there is one way, so we talk about how strong the towers are. There's one important way where towers are a bit different now. And that is that the towers no longer slow you. So while they truck damage, you can get out fast. So if someone is low, it is okay to go in and get the finish, provided you're healthy enough to get out, or if you have something like an Anduin, or maybe even just like a Rhaegar to blust to enable you to get out with moves. The Garrosh is actually rather low here. Nay setting up an engagement well, but Randy Newman is going to get out. Actually, talents. Forgot that, as usual. Camp was picked up, but going to be neutered quickly by this Zul. Iona's going grenade build. That's rather 2000 and late. Grenade build was absolutely the meta build immediately after Ana's rework. Without that increased range, you lose so much value off that level 1 that I just think Sleep Dart build is the better pick right now, especially with a Diablo. I really like how that can stack up. But Diablo not actually taking the most common level 4 talent, which is the W. Instead, going with the Shadow Charge, trying to get some armor off that. Questionable challenge choice, and the reason I say that is you have the percent damage from the mouth ale on the other side, which is completely unaffected by the armor. Although Last Strikes is affected by armor, I will say that. Ooh, here comes Randy Newman moving to the back, trying to get onto E-Day. E-Day, though, repositions, and now the silence perfectly positioned, and it's going to be one of the Randy Newmans. I can't remember which one going down. Was that, Randy Newman, I believe. Garrosh going to get stunned out here, but there's a root on the Diablo who is stuck there. Ooh, Zul is low. It's going to be Diablo going down. Nandy Ruman, on the other hand, will actually get out of this, so a 1-for-1 trade. Kira back up, but that kill onto Diablo potentially could enable a re-engage, but it's not going to come fast enough as looks like we're going to see a stall out of this objective by Cosmos, trying to make sure they get level 7. And they shouldn't have to worry about finishing. They only need 2. As I said, they don't want to venture too far away. Still, though, making sure they don't get out macroed here. And this is an interesting choice, because the level 1 Punisher right now, again, a lot of people talk about split push for the level 1 Punisher, but this is the Frozen Punisher. And the Frozen Punisher, you can actually push still quite well with. The Frozen Punisher is going to do a shutdown on the towers. But that said, it looks like Cosmos, no, they're rotating Greymane up. They are going to 4-man this. Punisher baited over the wall by the Garrosh. And actually, this is the new play, what you're seeing. Normally, you would think, oh, we'll keep the Punisher under towers and let the Punisher, get burned down more quickly by the towers. No, let the towers attack the enemy hero instead of the Punisher. If they have no minions, you absolutely pull the Punisher out of tower range. And in fact, they did that, helped them secure a kill on the Jaina. They still lost the front wall, but all things considered, could have gone a lot worse. Now, looks like they're going to hard invade this camp off the kill, looking for the Stukov, trying to get the body blocks. Here comes Kira diving under the tower for it. They should get the oddity. He does go down, and that's going to translate into camp. Diablo, looking for the flip onto Randall Newman, does manage to get out of there. Chooses wisely to not try to fight that. But that's going to be a camp taken. Level 10, slight edge on the race to it. The side of Randy Newman, but not much. Here we go, picking up that bottom Merc camp. Going to start painting the bottom half of this map blue. Both teams, I will say this, both teams are camping at a level that you normally don't see in Div C. Not to say Div C is bad, it's not. But one of the weaknesses you see in Div C typically is macro. You can see some really good team fighting teams in C that sometimes struggle in the macro, because it is the harder side of the game. But really good camp timings, really good map control here. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from Randy Newman. They've really picked up a lot of skills in their practice, both in NGS last season, but also in Heroes Lounge this season. They had a really good showing, I believe, in the XGDI, the Children Distillery Invitational. I believe they were in that and did quite well. Cosmo's kind of just sitting back. Let's take a look at the ultimates. We got a Tormented Souls. We don't have a Last Rites, but that's because we have Nano Boost. Nano Boost to Tormented Souls is terrifying. You add in the Skeletal Mages to make sure they can't get out of it with the slows. Final Strike to get the finishes. Who needs Last Rite? You got Final Strike, and then the Warlord's Challenge for the General CC. There's a stun on the Diablo. Do we get the Warlord's Challenge? We do. There it is, Final Strike. Nay is still alive. No, he's not anymore. E-Day is low. Might die to the poison damage from the Kira. Heal needs to come out. No, Oddity didn't have the heal. Couldn't drop it. That is a 2-for-1. But more importantly, that is Diablo's souls. He is back down to 0, and that is just a feels bad man. And Randy Newman looking really strong right now. They found something at the end of that Volsky game, and now, oh no, CRS, oh, he could have checked safely, but Garrosh saved him. Question mark? All right. Looking like they want to get on this point. Diablo goes in. There's the APOC with the stack up. That's brilliant. Stukov Silence comes in, hits 3. There's the Warlord's challenge, though, but Randy Newman is going to go down. This fight, though, is all underway. There's no escaping now, but Randy Newman has lost 2 in exchange for the Great Mage. But here comes the Tormented Souls now, and CRS is going to be the next to fall. CRS goes back in, trying to look for the swap. Oddity on the point with the Silence might be enough. No, it's not. Now Oddity goes down, or Diablo goes down. Oddity goes down, and Randy Newman somehow turns that fight around. That is huge. That is play of the game right there. The Tormented Souls, someone clipped that. That is the absolute fight of the game. Best fight I've seen tonight. Not necessarily the best played fight I've seen tonight, I want to be clear, but the most fun to watch. And that's what we're all here for. We're all here for fun. Arcane Punisher up in the top, you can tell by the purple. Used to be far and away the strongest, but with the new tower changes and with some reduced damage paired with increased siege damage from the mortar, there's some argument that it's the weakest now. Not because it's weak, but just because mortar gives you this extra siege damage, which is vital. Frozen shuts down the towers, which is vital. So, interesting to see. Kira gonna rotate in late. Ooh, Randall Newman misses the combo onto the Diablo. 24-1 at the moment. There's a stun onto Randall Newman. Could go back in. There's a moving in. Ooh, Silence onto the Kira. Kira in a bad spot. She gets the heal though, and taking out a ton of damage. There's the flailing swipe a bit late. 1-for-1 trade. Kira for the Artanis, but Nay is on the wrong side of the enemy team. Root comes in. Down he goes. Death Rattle APOC doesn't accomplish anything. Ring of Frost, no, not going to secure any kills. And so that is a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Randy Newman, who now has the inside track to finish this point. Garrosh still looking for someone to be a little bit aggressive, step up, maybe try to clear the lane, and he is going to try to flip them. But here comes the Arcane Punisher.
Summoned an Arcane Punisher.
Punisher baited over the wall, going to be under the towers, but we're actually seeing a split push here. Recognizing, hey, you know, we're not going to be able to do much here, but that said, without minions, it's still hard to push all the same. Diablo's going to be defending here alone, but he's just not going to accomplish anything. He won't even be able to step up enough to get the soak without risking serious bodily harm. Wall goes down. Not really able to get the fort, though. So top wall still standing. Top fort about half health. But wall still standing, so, you know, despite winning 2 Punishers, macro hasn't played out. But now, here comes the engage. No, Silence there. Kind of prevents any engage. Randy Newman hanging around, but with 5 people here in the bottom, the wise decision may be to split push rather than come down for this team fight. But they are looking for the choke fight, team fight. Separation once again onto Diablo. They are just picking on him. Here comes the APOC. Once again, not going to accomplish anything. They will drop. There's the Tormented Souls with the flailing swipe. Oh no, but with the flailing swipe, it's going to cause Oddity out of position. The slowing skeletons not letting him escape. And there we go. Alright, so Randy Newman up 11 to 5 kills at this point, but haven't really been able to turn that into macro. Zul's going to go top, get this juicy soak, but level 16. Down here in the bottom, Diablo looking for a tasty Kira. Yeah, Kira, 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 Kira. Yeah, Kira, 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 Kira. Kira, 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 Kira. There it is. Found it. There's the cursed bullet. Unstoppable, not. Oh, I take that back. The unstoppable was enough. Alright. So, good job there. A good attempt on the gank, but didn't quite get it. But meanwhile, going to allow the top camp to get picked up by Randy Newman. There's a root combo onto Diablo. Kira looking once again for Oddity, trying to find the least mobile hero. Malthael is low, does pop the Tormented Souls, but once again popped it right after getting whapped out of the team fight. Not going to be able to make much an impact there. Top camp going to get picked up on the side of Cosmos. Going to counter push this top camp. Are they going to clear it, or are they going to set up for the shrine? Looks like they're going to clear it. Meanwhile, Randy Newman down here just going to push in this bottom. And I like this choice. They haven't really been getting enough macro pressure. This is a Mortar Punisher, but they also should be able to rotate up in time and get some value on it. That said, a long rotation, and they can clear minions fairly quick with the Grey Mane and the Artanis. 11 already. Diablo in the entry bush to the bottom. Garrosh stepping in, looking for the flip. 23-0 at the moment. Randy Newman not really contesting here, and they're about to give up 30-1, and in fact they are going to give that up and instead just clear the lane and defend, it looks like, although they don't have a wall to defend with. And I was wrong. I said Randy Newman won the first objective, and they did not. It was actually, excuse me. It was indeed, ooh, Randy Newman's a bad spot. It was indeed Cosmos. Randy Newman should not have gone in there. Wasn't going to save Malthael if they focused. Instead, trading himself out, so now you don't have the Unstoppable to bait the Punisher. So this could potentially be a very good Punisher for Cosmos. And despite being down a bit, this might be just what the Doctor ordered. Now potentially looking for a bad rotation from the Zul, but this is a situation where I don't know what they're stalling for. I guess they got the Siege Giants, but with the Garrosh dead, I mean, the camps don't disappear on this map after the objective is up. So, kind of surprised they stalled that out, because that's effectively 15 seconds of penalty box Garrosh that they wasted. And that could translate into getting less value. Now, they have more siege damage with the Giants, but we'll see. Kira going in, looking for Ciaris. There's the stun. Zul, though, just completely isolated by Ney, and does go down. Skeletal Mage is trying to get some value, and admittedly, Diablo was minus 40 armor there for a bit, which was a bit ouchies. But Zul down, Garrosh now back up. This Punisher down to about a third health. Kira is going in very aggressive, and that may have been a mistake. That swap may have also been a mistake. That swap was indeed a mistake. Randall Newman, though, goes in to try to help. But then, that's the thing with Malthael, you can go in, it's hard to get out. But they're going to stick around. They still have the Khazra dealing damage here. Ooh, the cleanse, though. Jarrett's not getting knocked the correct way. That was interesting. I'm not exactly sure what caused that. Maybe Kira just fell off and didn't use the knockback? I'm not sure. Now pushing down this bottom, though. Cosmos trying to look for something. They are still losing the race to 20. But they've evened out the macro fairly nicely at this point. Randy Newman needing to regroup here. Gonna head towards bottom. Bush party. Where's... Guys, you gotta stay 6 feet apart. That's too many people in that bush. Khazra, though, are actually at this point in the game going to really start nuking these fort towers, as you can see here. Final Strike, you can't use that just as random poke, in my opinion. It's not going to get any value. It doesn't do any damage when they're full health. It's just that's kind of just, you know, what did that accomplish other than the opportunity cost loss? There's a 4v5 at the moment. Zul is going to rotate in, but he's really late. Trying to maybe take some damage to get to, from some minor damage from the members of Cosmos, just to try to get the towers to focus. And there you see, if this were the old patch, that fort would be gone and it would likely turn into kills. But at this point, it doesn't really turn into jack shit. And I hate this patch. Zul, meanwhile, grabbing the top fort, so he won that exchange. I don't like this patch. Blizz Pliss. Blizz Pliss. Did that though. Camp getting picked up. Trading out for the siege camp, trying to get some siege here into the middle. Trying to get this last fort down is Randy Newman. Apparently winning on macro. As Garrosh, by the way, did take the AoE stun. He took a double throw. We have the upgraded Tormented Souls, the upgraded Final Strike. We just have 5 ult upgrades over here, which I like. That's fun. Who doesn't like ult upgrades? Meanwhile, Stukov going with the detonation on his lurking arm. But yeah, level 20 shit show. Kinda. I mean, it's really at this point, because it's so hard to end, especially on this map and BOE, that it just comes down to who makes the first mistake. And so both teams have to play cautious here, because even if you lose the objective, you haven't necessarily lost the game yet. You know, normally you think, oh, there's only a keep this late, Punisher, to be a 19-minute Punisher. That's GG, right? Oh, great bait, mate. Irate 8 of 8. Diablo goes in. No, he doesn't actually get the stun. He gets flipped by the Garrosh. And now he's separated. And Tormented Souls is just shrekking. Ide, Nay is also going to go down. And this might be Randy Newman winning this objective. There comes the Ring of Frost. Doesn't connect onto anyone, though. Garrosh all over Cirrus. Here comes Kira. Dives in. Gets the kind of weird knockback because of the dash. Cirrus is low. There's the into the fray. Now trying to get a kill onto Cirrus, but he does have that shield. He is a 1v1 specialist. No, great decision by Kira. Not giving the auto attacks, not letting the shield reset. And now Stukov, who tried to come in and help, he's going to pay for it. Meanwhile, Zul finishing up this objective, and Randy Newman just won themselves a huge team fight. Stukov took heals at high life. That is correct. I have 2 different computers here, and the overlays of the talents are incorrect on one of them. That is weird. I actually found a bug. Stukov did take heals. By the way, that talent from Stukov, the high health heals, I think it's bad. If someone's high health, they don't need more healing. Whereas the faster flight cooldown can be quite handy. Ooh, Randy Newman taking a lot of damage to that curse bullet, as did Mandy Ruman. But that said, this keep is taking a lot of damage. Blind comes in though. With the Blizzard zoning, they need to not fight here. They actually need to just burn the keep. They're going to take a lot of damage here. And it's Mandy Ruman. Ooh, but Cirrus is low. He's going to die to poison damage, potentially. There comes the silence, though, but that is a kill. Keep does go down. They can turn their attention to core. Greymane dies to John Cena. There's a root, though, into the Blizzard, into the APOC. And... well, core mechanics. At this point now, they need to just get as much damage onto the core as they can. They might still be able to end with the Punisher. And actually, Stukov did go down there, so did Garrosh, but that's going to be it. And this is a huge, huge upset. I mean, actually an insane upset. We're going to have a discussion here with Randy Newman later, but they have made the late game objectives work for them. I gotta say, wow, I mean, even with the core just destroying Randy Newman there, even with that, the Punisher was still healthy enough, the core went down, and I gotta be honest, I did not see this coming. I did not think we would see Randy Newman winning, let alone Randy Newman winning a 2-0. This is to me, a massive upset. But that said, they earned it. They showed they had the tenacity to win those late game fights, and they did it multiple times. I know Randy Newman's a good team, but understand, an upset doesn't mean a bad team beat a good team. It just means that one team beat a quote unquote on paper better team. And in this case, I think any power ranking I saw from people or talking to people, everyone had Cosmos at number 1 in this division in C West. I had Randy Newman in the top 4, but I still think this is a big upset. So we're going to see if we can get a post game with Randy Newman. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right, everyone, welcome back. DB Smiley here, bringing you the post-game breakdown of what I still think was a big upset on paper, but Randy Newman, we knew they were a good team coming into the season. A lot of people had Cosmos at number 1 on their power ranking, so this is to 2-0 them to get a domination this early. This is a warning message to C West. How you guys feeling after that? Randy Newman, I'll start with you.
Well, that feels pretty good. No disrespect to Cosmos. We weren't really too familiar with a lot of teams. We were just familiar with our little neighborhood in Div D. So hearing that I guess gives us a boost of confidence for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, shouts out to them. That was definitely a tough game. But it was a fun one for us, and hopefully they had fun as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was game 1 kind of to just start, it really wasn't going your way early, and you weren't having the best success getting the hook pickoffs. You got a couple, but usually with that kind of comp, you're really looking for a lot more. How do you guys stay composed in that situation and not let the game snowball? Randall, I'll let you take that one.
Yeah, we were behind. It never felt it never felt out of reach. Like, we had good decisions being called from Randy when we would lose objectives as to like where we could get value otherwise. So like we did a good job of like keeping ourselves from bleeding out too much. So I guess really that's kind of what it comes down to. Like, we never really felt like we put ourselves at a point where we'd have to make some sort of like super risky or like a 20-80 or like 10-90 call to try and get back into the game. So it was always kind of like attainable still.
All right. Well, bringing it back to game 2, and I'll let whoever wants to take this one take it. You guys got an early lead. Weren't able to translate that into too much macro. Would you say you attribute that more to this meta or to the defense from Cosmos? I'll let either one of you take it.
I think there was a lot of things at play. We like to run a lot of melee heavy teams. I think we were kind of noticing, and the Maltheo kind of helps us more to like just the macro of soaking XP. But we kind of just with the changes, I think it's really tough to push like with the Immortal, especially when you're all melee. And so like it just like it took a I think it's just a big objective, and I think like without having like the Jaina like they did or the Greymane, it was hard to push, and then like with their Jaina they like could defend really easily with their zoning. And so I think it was kind of a little bit of everything, but yeah, just kind of getting used to it. And unfortunately our preference to do all melee has its downfalls from time to time.
Yeah, it can be hard to do in this current meta, just with the burn. On the other hand, though, it does allow when you have heroes like, for example, Kira, who can take a couple tower shots, but then just use her chain to get out of the tower effectively. Pardon me.
Oh yeah, drop
effectively.
aggro and yeah.
Yeah, and when you have tools like that, I think it helps you out. And we did see you guys did a decent job of getting the cannon to kind of hard swap, especially on that bottom keep where you were trying to look to end the game. While it was still up, you managed to it attacked Kira. She used the chain, so it switched targets to someone who really wasn't in the fight at that point too deeply, and I think that worked out for you.
Yeah, it was. I could tell you that if there's one thing Akira loves, it's taking way too many tower shots. So having that swing is definitely beneficial.
Yeah. Well, with that, I mean, how what does this mean? I think, and granted, we don't know where C West is going to rank out. That's just everyone kind of looking at preseason rankings. There's always misses, etc. Given though that you guys just came off a domination victory, what does that make your goals this season? Are you going to try to? I mean, do you think it's reasonable for you guys to win the division? Serious question.
Oh well, we'll see. Like that would be awesome. That's something we'll shoot for. But our one goal for this season is we got clowned on 2 seasons by Clouded Minds, and so they have a massive target on their back because Randy Newman's coming at them hard. They've embarrassed us twice in a row. So
I very much like that team. So there's still a lot of motivation to that. But I will say, like I liked I don't know, do you want to call it the moniker? I like the reputation that we built for our team and some of the things that we will do. So I think I'm kind of speaking for most of the team when I say like I hope we're not losing that. Like we're obviously going to try and win, and like we obviously want to try and do well, but like we also don't want to lose I don't know, whatever makes Randy Newman, and we'll probably still do a lot of the stuff that we've done in the past and like just try and have fun with some like meme strats. But
well,
yeah.
I think so long as you have 7 players named Randy Newman, you're probably not going to lose that moniker.
That's the plan. That was $70 of investment right there.
All right. Well, with that, floor is your guys for shoutouts. Either one of you can take lead there.
You got it.
Shouts out to Cosmos. That was a fun set. We had a lot of fun. Look forward to seeing them later on. Good luck to them. And shouts out to you, Smiley. Appreciate being picked up for this cast, and glad we can hopefully entertain and maybe see you as the season goes on. And shouts out to NGS for putting this together. We're ready for our 3rd season, or shoot, 4th season. Wow, it's been a while. But yeah,
there's one shout out that you may have forgotten.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Our sponsor, Mountain Dew Code Red, or Mountain Dew Game Fuel. Code Red was our old sponsor. Sorry, yeah. Mountain Dew Game Fuel. Liquid win in a can. So, shouts out to them.
All right. Well, with that, thank you both. Best of luck this season. Hope I get to cast you again. But we are going to bring this night to a close. Thank you all for watching this doubleheader to kick off NGS Season 9. I was happy to bring it to you. We had a great series in both games. We had got a good look at Pixie Dusters, but saw the strength that Parsley can bring, especially with Winterheart once he gets going. And we saw perhaps the rise of a new favorite in C West. We'll look forward to see what happens. But for now, thank you all for watching. Take care. Thank you for watching the Nexus Gaming series. We'll see ya.